therapy, but it was confusing when that was taking hold with people. When I had friends that were telling me that the secret is real and that they imagined they were going to fulfill these childhood dreams that they had about whatever, being a whatever it would be. There's a couple people that I knew that were trying to tell me that the secret was going to be the thing and that they had a vision board and they had photographs, they put pictures up of the things that they wanted, like them in front of large crowds and shit. I'm like, oh boy.
Them in front of large crowds.
This is so not how.
Joe Rogan and Megyn Kelly destroy Oprah. On live TV, the headline blasted across social feeds before the clip even finished streaming. And for once, the hype felt smaller than the moment. One instant, the set hummed with the usual glow of celebrity reverence, and the next Rogan leaned into his mic, voice steady and low, asking how a woman worth billions could still sell herself as the every person's guide to enlightenment. Megyn Kelly answered with a single sharp look, the kind juries remember, and viewers sensed they were about to watch a cultural monument crack in real time. Rogan struck first, teeing up Oprah's decades-long parade of miracle gurus the way a prosecutor recites prior offenses. Dr. Oz, once daytime TV's resident weight loss wizard, grilled by the Senate in 2022 for dubious supplement claims. Dr. Phil, whose producer lawsuits piled up like sealed indictments. Self-help mystic John of God, later sentenced for heinous crimes. To Rogan, these weren't embarrassing footnotes. They were the load-bearing beams of a brand that convinced millions enlightenment could be shipped overnight. Each example landed with a thud, hinting that Oprah's halo had always been powered by borrowed wattage. But sparks really flew when Rogan hauled out the secret. Back in 2006, Oprah's audience gasped in unison as the law of attraction promised that pure belief could rewrite physics. Rogan chuckled darkly, pointing to its recent TikTok revival, where teens taped exam scores to vision boards and waited for the universe to deliver straight A's. Reports claim at least one stage 3 cancer patient once chose visualization over chemotherapy, a decision that ended exactly as oncologists warned. Rogan delivered the story carefully.
Her schoolgirl affectations and body movements. Like, okay, ready? Here it is. Like, okay. She raises herself off her chair. Like, I'm just really excited. I'm really excited about this. Okay.
You're so right.
Okay.
Like, I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to tell you something you haven't heard yet.
Yeah.
I'm going to blow your mind.
Okay. Right, like that.
Right.
Rumors suggest, he said, to show how feel-good slogans can mutate into lethal advice when sold like medicine. Kelly listened, then sliced deeper. How, she wondered, can someone who hasn't eaten airport food in 20 years calibrate the struggles of ordinary Americans? Oprah's book club, Kelly argued, behaves less like a celebration of literature and more like a one-woman cartel. If the queen likes your pages, you ascend to publishing sainthood overnight. If not, you vanish. That isn't empowerment, Kelly said. It is empire control wrapped in inspiration. The irony hung heavy. A billionaire selling humility while gatekeeping culture with a velvet rope. Dollars came next. Rogan laughed at the image of philanthropy wearing diamond earrings. He highlighted the 2015 Weight Watchers stake that ballooned Oprah's fortune, then the glossy 2023 rollout of diet drug endorsements many critics flagged as mixed messaging. Love your body, the talk show said, but only after you've subscribed. 1 minute audiences heard about self-acceptance, the next they watched an infomercial. Rogan's punchline, Serenity, sponsored by tomorrow's IPO. Kelly stepped in to spotlight Oprah's strategic silences. During the Maui wildfire land-buying rumors of 2023, she issued polished statements but dodged live Q&A. When Dr. Oz flirted with vaccine skepticism, her camp stayed mute. Real integrity, Kelly noted, shows when cameras are absent, Oprah's brand flickers only under perfect lighting. If a narrative threatens friction, the queen retreats behind curated calm, never sweating on air like ordinary mortals. Politics loomed. Rogan called it hilarious and a little frightening that a billionaire who hands out cars like party favors now appoints herself election kingmaker. He skewered the spectacle, private jets on campaign trails, soaring speeches about economic justice delivered by someone who hasn't clipped a supermarket coupon since the 80s. Oprah doesn't endorse candidates, he joked. She assembles them, each picked for aroma and market appeal like candles in her holiday list. Just as tension peaked, Kelly revealed the wiring behind Oprah's authenticity.
Brought us Dr. Oz and The Secret. We have to remember what this lady has done.
She has to be held accountable.
I forgive her, but I mean, cut the shit. The secret is a particularly egregious offense.
What, you just...
Oh, you don't believe?
You don't believe?
Oh, believe? Believe?
I want to be rich. I am rich.
I imagine myself flying. I can fly. I will beat my wings until I take off.
The legendary blue cards, the teleprompter scroll, the new streaming special where Oprah wanders through a manicured garden, pausing until a hidden speaker cues birdsong so she can muse about presents. Authenticity cannot be storyboarded, Kelly argued. If you need a lighting director to feel genuine, maybe you're acting. Rogan leaned back, grin widening, picturing Oprah's empire as a spiritual shopping mall. Walk in empty, walk out with a candle that smells like self-acceptance and a credit card balance that screams buyer's remorse. Therapy-flavored entertainment, he quipped, tasty and comforting yet empty of nutrients. Millions now mistake that sugar rush for actual counseling. Why endure months of honest self-work when 3 easy payments promise inner peace by Friday? Kelly wasn't laughing. She tallied confusion left in Oprah's wake. Fans cycling diets every season, readers treating each book club pick as holy writ until the next title drops. Influence without accountability, she warned, breeds contradictions. One episode preaches body positivity, the next sells a transformation plan. One sermon praises humility, the next tours a 70-acre estate. The message shifts so often it dissolves, yet remains too influential to ignore. The pair then tackled Oprah's newest venture, authenticity repackaged as bingeable content.
In the business of staying up on the news. She's reading undoubtedly from blue cards her staff gave her. That's how the Oprah Winfrey Show was shot. Oprah didn't have to think of her own questions. It was all in prompter or on a blue card for Oprah. She doesn't know she's not making big news with this revelation. She said she'll sign the same shitty so-called border bill that they rejected last time because it would let 5,000 illegals over the border a day.
Viewers follow slow-motion tea rituals cut to ethereal strings, while producers nudge light reflectors an inch. Rogan rolled his eyes. Vulnerability shouldn't require a second take. Audiences, he insisted, have begun spotting the boom mic, the stage-managed tears, the perfectly timed sniffle. They wonder whether the glow around their hero is daylight or just very expensive LEDs. Kelly nodded and aimed at Oprah's once mystical aha moment, now commodified until the phrase appears on trademark journals in airport kiosks. That's the danger, she said. When enlightenment becomes merch, the line between wisdom and marketing vanishes. Oprah's empire no longer challenges the establishment. It is the establishment, selling transcendence like premium coffee. Rogan imagined what happens if Oprah retires tomorrow. How many life coaches, pop psychologists, and manifestation mentors would scramble for a new lighthouse? Would the self-help industry wobble like a card tower missing its queen? Or would a fresh avatar rise to slip into the vacant throne? One thing felt certain, fans might finally ask tougher questions before kneeling at the next altar of positivity. Kelly added nuance. This was never a call to cancel Oprah, she said. It was a call to recalibrate. Fame is not wisdom, applause is not proof, and soft lighting does not equal virtue. Culture needs icons, but icons need scrutiny.
See the Oprah interview?
No.
She's off the rails.
Yeah,
Off the rails.
I heard about it.
Into fucking wine mom country again.
Wow.
I'm a gun owner. Tim Walz is a gun.
I did not know that.
If
And I thought
somebody
that was
breaks in
powerful.
my house, they're getting shot.
Yes, I hear that.
Tim Dillon is the best. Tim Dillon's like, she's saying gypsy curses. What is she saying?
Without it, public figures calcify. Beautiful, nostalgic, but brittle. The true danger isn't Oprah's influence itself. It is a society too starstruck to challenge a narrative when challenge is warranted. Rogan rapped with an image that hung like smoke. Picture an empty stage. The teleprompter still scrolling inspirational lines no one is there to read. The hush feels eerie. That silence is what remains when an audience learns to look behind the curtain first. And maybe, he mused, that pause is healthy. Maybe it invites people to build their own frameworks instead of renting someone else's epiphany. Kelly's final words landed like a gavel. Charisma mixed with commerce has always seduced crowds, she said, but responsibility begins the moment influence starts. If a single endorsement can propel a diet pill, a spiritual fad, or a Senate candidate, then every unasked question becomes complicity. Oprah once taught America the power of an aha. Perhaps the next revelation is collective, recognizing that empathy and skepticism can coexist, that inspiration should invite inquiry, not replace it. The cameras cut, the clip rocketed across platforms, and the headline's promise finally felt earned.
Got to talk about the failure of the celebrity. Oprah Winfrey. You have no power. You do not have any control over this electorate. Neither do you, J-Lo. Let's take a look at Oprah's final closing message on the campaign trail.
We don't get to sit this one out.
Joe Rogan and Megyn Kelly destroy Oprah. On live TV, it sounded like clickbait until viewers watched two seasoned broadcasters dismantle a pop culture altar plank by plank, exposing the hinges without splintering the whole. They didn't demand bonfires. They invited examination. And somewhere, maybe in a conference room lined with brand strategy decks, someone realized the unthinkable. The brighter the Polish, the more satisfying the crack when a truth seeker taps the shell. Because in the end, Rogan and Kelly offered not just skepticism, but a template. Weigh sentiment against evidence. Balance inspiration with scrutiny. When the next glossy guru arrives promising healing light, applaud if you wish. But glance at the teleprompter first. That single wary glance might be the most empowering act Oprah ever forgot to merchandise. And perhaps that is the real twist. The moment viewers start questioning not only Oprah's narrative, but every perfectly packaged promise that lands in their feeds, the power shifts. Suddenly, the guru, the influencer, and even the late-night pundit all answer to an audience that has learned to look beyond the spotlight, hunting for substance instead of sparkle. That simple shift, quiet, relentless, and impossible to market, might be the most radical aha moment of all.